Hey guys, Paradox here, and I'm doing my Nightmare deck. Oh, wow. I can actually see my hand for once. Hmm. Hmm. Why is that a quick play? Set that, set this, and I'll use this one. I'll save this one. So, what I just did was, since apparently it's hard to read the card descriptions up here, I figured I'll just tell you the cards I play. This one's not mine. It's called the Valord of the Valord. I don't know, probably Valord of the Ambush Tribe, and I special summon it as a warrior type, Earth level 4 attack, 18 defense 14. And if it battles, after damage calculation, I target a face-up card on the field and flip it face down. Also, it cannot be activated if it's a spell or trap, or flip summon if it's a monster the next turn. Then we've got this, which I have another copy of in my hand, called Nighty Night, and actually I'm about to use it now. So it flips all face-up monsters my opponent controls face down. And if they're flipped face up, I get to add one Frightmare or one Dreamscape card from my deck to my hand. Oh, my deck or graveyard to my hand. Forgetting my own cards. Great job. So, I'm about to play this guy. This is Frightmare, Creepy Crawler. It cannot be summoned while there is not a face-down monster on the field, and if there isn't one on the field while it is, it gets put on the bottom of my deck. I can send this card and one face-down monster from the field to the graveyard to inflict 500 damage to my opponent for each copy of this card in my graveyard, including it. I'm not sure if he just doesn't realize that what that means, or okay. And I'm going to set this, just in case he flips that back up, but when he does I get to add a Dreamscape, and I know which one I'm going for, because it's really the best one. So I should probably read what Sleepwalker does, actually. Oh. And I'm gonna go with not basic old Dreamscape, I'm gonna add Daydream to my hand. Because, well, so once per turn during my standby phase, I can change one monster to face-down defense. But that's not why I wanted this one particularly, because all the Dreamscapes do that. While this one's on the field, Frightmare monsters can be summoned and are not sent to the bottom of the deck if there's not a face-down monster on the field. And then, of course, this card's name is also treated as Dreamscape while on the field. Oh, and it wasn't a Dreamscape card, it's a card that can be treated as Dreamscape, because in the deck this is just Daydream, but on the field it's, what's this? So yeah. You do that, because the way this activates, your spell goes before mine, so yeah, unless you have a way of negating mine, I don't really think that's gonna help you. Because chains. Do I get that one? He's destroyed too. So, yeah. Let's look at his graveyard. 12, okay. Does he get anything if I destroy this? Yeah, I think I'll take it out. Oh, he's doing stuff. I should probably use this trap, actually. Actually, once I put out Daydream, I'm not going to need face down monsters, so I don't need to worry about having any soon. That's good. I wasn't even, because I was considering whether or not to actually attack it. Anyway. Alright, so we're gonna play Daydream, we're gonna summon Frightmare Hissy Rattles. Yes, the name is silly, that's the point. This card can only be summoned while there is blah blah blah, you know that part. While this card is on the field, other Frightmare monsters cannot be targeted for cards or attacks. Alright, let's finally use this guy. Because we need more monsters. Let's see, who to add. No, I want someone... well, if we get 2 of you out, actually, I'm pretty much immune to attacks or card effects unless you destroy them simultaneously, so I'll do that. And then he gets flipped back down. So yeah, I think I'll just put 2 of those on the field. Yeah, let's see, we'll want these two, and then we'll need one more that... I think I'll just get out the other... Can I add things to from my graveyard? Oh, that's too bad. Because, if I could, then I could just pretty much infinitely chain, one creepy crawler after I got them all in the graveyard to deal 1500 damage a turn. Of course, I would need to have a face-down monster to do that, which is why I would be using Dreamscape to flip his monsters. Hmm. By the way, the reason I'm not explaining what his cards are doing are mostly for the fact that, one, you can probably see what he's doing as he does it. Not that you can't with me, but I also don't know what his strategy is, and part of the reason I explain the cards I'm using is because then you know the strategy as I play it. Oh, that's not a number. Okay, but you only attacked once, so, you know, unless you actually plan on attacking it again, I don't take more damage. Because what if maybe you only wanted to attack once for some reason, Ooh, Dream Eater. Perfect. So what Dream Eater does is I can destroy a face-down monster, and he gains the attack or defense. I'm going to give him the attack, boosting him to 43. I mean, I could have given him the defense, but this card's so overpowered where it would have been pointless, plus I can't even change this card's position right now, so it wouldn't have mattered. And it's getting doubled, so it has 58. I mean, I could have set a Sleepwalker, but that wouldn't have really done much, because he can attack twice. Anyway, let's go into the deck editor and look at these. So, I know you didn't get to see him, but for our boss card we have Cthulhu, or in this, Frightmare Kalulith, King of Dreamscape. Anyway, he can only be summoned by flipping 3 Frightmare monsters face down, and is returned to the bottom of the deck while there is no face-up monster or Dreamscape cards, that should say card, on the field. Once per turn you can special summon 1 Frightmare monster from your graveyard by flipping 1 monster, except this card face down. This card cannot be flipped face down or set. 3,000 attack, 26 defense. By the way, you'll notice most of these have the type of ghoul, even though none of these cards actually do anything to involving the ghoul typing. That's mostly because I couldn't really think of any more cards I would need, but as far as the made-up type in the first place, it's kind of with the idea that, you know, in your nightmares, your monsters are so strong and stuff, you know, you can't, so these guys can pretty much not be most of them can't be affected by cards that deal with types of monsters, like declare a type to do this or something like that. Anyway, then we've got Frightmare Dream Eater, who you saw. Has the same thing as all the others. He's level 4 dark. This guy's level 8 dark, by the way. Didn't mention his. They're all dark. Anyway, he can only be summoned while there's a face-down monster in the field, and is returned to the bottom of your deck while there isn't one. Once per turn, you can destroy 1 face-down monster your opponent controls. This card gains that monster's attack or defense. Then we've got Sleepwalker. Well, he's a level 4. He's a warrior. Well, this card is in defense position. It is treated as... Oh, and I forgot. Dream Eater is a 12/15. Sleepwalker. If this card is switched from face-up defense position to attack position, it is treated as a flip summon. If this card is flipped or flip summoned, add 1 Frightmare card or card that can be treated as Dreamscape from your deck to your hand. Once per turn during your end phase, you can flip this. He's a 125. Let's see, we've got Frightmare Under the Bed. Level 6, he's also a ghoul. You know what, I'll just tell you when one of them aren't a ghoul. By the way, I'm assuming if you couldn't read the text box in the Duel, you can't read anything over here, either. Same summoning condition as before. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can change one face-down monster to face-up attack position, and switch this card's attack and defense if this card is destroyed or returned to the deck. So, you know, you can actually use this guy's own effect to search something if you want. Add one Frightmare from your deck to your hand, except Frightmare in the closet and Frightmare under the bed. Frightmare under the or Frightmare in the closet. Why are you in the closet? Please come out. If a Frightmare monster is targeted... Oh, and this guy's a 0/29. Level 3. If a Frightmare monster is targeted by a card effect, you can flip one face-down monster to face-up to negate it. Flip effects are not activated. If this card is destroyed, blah blah blah, same searching thing as Frightmare under the bed. By the way, from this point on, they're all going to have really ridiculous and childish names, except for this guy in my side deck. And that's because the idea is that these are all, like, a child's nightmares. So we've got Ugly Bugly, because, you know, silly. Once per turn, place one sleep counter on a monster your opponent controls. All monsters with sleep counters are treated as face down. You can remove one sleep counter instead of flipping a monster face up for a Frightmare effect that involves flipping a face down monster. Then you saw Creepy Crawler. Oh, I only have 2 of those in here. And this one is a 17/21. He's level 2. This one and this one are insect, by the way. These guys aren't ghouls. So yeah, there's that. You can send this card and one face-down monster from the field to the graveyard to inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each Creepy Crawler in your graveyard, including this card. Hissy Rattles. Reptile, because it's a snake. Level 4. And while this card is on the field, other Frightmare monsters cannot be targeted for attacks or card. It should say card effects. I'll go fix that. Anyway, this guy's 14/1000. And next we have references to 2 movies, because I'm that guy, apparently. Mr. Boogedy, if you can't tell by the picture, this is specifically the Boogeyman from Nightmare Before Christmas, level 6. This card can only be, This card gains 300 attack and defense for each face-down monster on the field. 14/17. Babadook. If you don't know what this movie is, just look it up. I think it's just a really cool idea. Anyway, if Sleepy Story, which is a specific one of our Dreamscape cards, is on the field, this card cannot be destroyed. That relates to the movie. If this card is revealed to your opponent, special summon it from your hand or deck, but its effects are negated until a monster is put into face-down defense position. If this card is destroyed, special summon it to your opponent's side of the field. If you're not the original controller of this card, take 500 damage during your standby. Should say phase. So, spells. We've got Sleepy Story. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can change one monster on the field to face-down defense position, and that's going to be on all of the Dreamscape cards. Or, for this one specifically, reveal one Frightmare monster from your deck, then add it to your hand, which you use that to summon this guy. This card is the Dreamscape on the field. Then we've got regular old Dreamscape, which just lets you flip a monster during your standby phase. Then we've got Daydream, which you saw, which lets you flip them during your standby phase still, but you don't need to if you really don't want to, as long as this card's on the field, because while it's on the field, Frightmare monsters can be summoned and are not sent to the bottom of the deck if there's not a face-up or face-down monster on the field. Then we've got 3 copies of Nighty Night. You flip all your opponent's monsters face down, and if they are flipped face up, you can add a Frightmare or a Dreamscape from your deck to your hand. I don't think... Yeah, this deck doesn't have any traps, but in the side deck we've got Frightmare Xenos, level 1. He's a 0/0. Can only be summoned while blah, blah, know that part. Once per turn, you can banish one Frightmare monster from your deck until your opponent's next end phase. While a Frightmare monster is banished, this card gains its effect, attack, defense, and type. That should say level. I don't know why I wrote type there. Then we've got one more Dreamscape. It's not as good as Daydream, which is why I took it out. It's just something to add more stuff with. Actually, this one summons, so, you know. Once per turn during your standby phase, you can know that part. Or special summon one Frightmare monster from your graveyard and flip one face down defense position monster into face up attack position, and this card is treated as Dreamscape while on the field. So I'm gonna go make some minor edits, like fixing that to say level, not type, because there's no reason for it to gain its type since most of these are already the same type as this. Anyway, hope you guys use the cards. I would just think it'd be super cool if you did. I don't know. No. And if you did, you know what? As a reward, not really a reward, because you can do this anyway if you have an account, but you can come duel me and we could do a video of my deck versus your deck using my cards. Or, you know, you can use your own cards and you can just be in a regular deck showcase. I'm kind of sick if you can't tell, but anyway, hope you use them, hope you like them. Until then, though, this film was brought to you by Paradox Productions, and I'll see you guys next time.